Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Amit Sharma, Associate Professor from School of Engineering, P Savani University. Now, today we are going to discuss one topic of computer networks. This is a subject in BTech as well as BSc IT, BCA. So, today's topic is Introduction to Network Devices. So, today we are going to discuss few of the devices that we repeatedly use or we are going to perform in our laboratory sessions, or that is network devices. So, if we want to understand the network and the devices, we can easily understand it with an analogy with the post office. So, let us say we have a letter with us that is equivalent to the data in our computer networks, right. So, if we want to send a letter through a post office, that will be transported from one city to another city by roads. So, these roads are equivalent to our cables or the Wi-Fi connection in wireless connection, right. And these are the devices. Equivalent means the post office, because whenever we want to send a letter from our home to our friend's home, it won't go directly from my home to my friend's home. It will go to the nearest post office, then the next city post office, then it will be delivered to the destination. So, with the analogy of the post office, we can easily understand here data is equivalent to the letter, cable, the roads, and the devices, the interconnections, traffic lights and the sorting facility. So, these are the devices. So, with this easy analogy, we can easily understand the data communication. So, now in this lecture we are going to discuss the devices only. So, what are the devices? Network devices, also known as networking hardware, are physical devices that allow hardware on the computer network to communicate and interact with one another. There are simple example, or the devices that we are going to frequently used in this syllabus are repeater, hub, switch, bridge, router and gateway. All these devices I will going to introduce to you in very brief in this particular lecture. So, first one is repeater. It is also called a booster. Why? Because whenever you want to send a signal from one place to another place, each and every signal is either it's a voltage signal, electrical signal, electromagnetic signal or a optical signal, but all the signal have some significant power with them. So, whenever signal travels from one point to another point, it get attenuated. Attenuated means there will be a reduction in the power. So, whenever you want to send a signal, you in some cases you need repeater, or easy language it is called also the booster. So, a device that receives a signal and regenerates it to extend the range of that particular signal. Key concept because of the attenuation. And is it a smart device or a dumb device? It is not an smart device, because this device does not look into the data. Whatever this device receives, it boosts up the level of the voltage, or you can say the power, and repeat it or forward the data or the signal, right. So, if you want to do an analogy, a tired runner passing the baton to a fresh runner. So, this is all about the repeater, or you say the booster. Now, the next device is hub. Hub is also a repeater, but it is a multi-port repeater, because in a repeater there is an input and one output. But if you want to send that one input to the multiple devices, so you need a multi-port repeater. So, this is hub, a central connection point for devices in a local area network. LAN stands for local area network. How it works? When a hub receives the data, one port, it blindly copies it and forward to the remaining port. For example, if there are 6 ports, one port will receive the data and another 5 will on another 5 we will send that data. So hub will just blindly copy the data and it will send on another 5 available ports, right. So but there is a problem of privacy, because now you are sending data to each and every connection which is not required. So privacy issue is there, and the collision. Why? Because if two people are talking, once the data get crashed. For example, if I want to send a data from A point to B point, so hub will send it to all other points. So if someone wants to send data from another point, let's say C point, so the data will get crashed because of this non-smartness, you can say. So this is also a dumb device, or you say it's not an smart device. So now in computer network we come up with another device that is called switch. Switch is, you can say, it's an intelligent hub. Means the basic working is that you will receive the data at the one port, but now you will not just copy and send to all other ports, but intelligently you will take a decision at the device level, or the switch will take a decision, because it's an intelligent hub. And how this decision will be taken? Because it registers the MAC address. MAC address is also called the physical address of a device. So in our computer network course in lab session, there is one practical ARP, address resolution protocol, where you see how this MAC register get registered in different devices, right. So this is how it works. It learns the MAC address. When the data comes in, it look at the destination address. It sends the data only to the specific port where the destination device is connected. So these are the benefit: faster, safer, and there is no collision, because these were the you can say limitations of hub. Now it's an intelligent hub, so these are the benefit. Now the next device is bridge. Now we will cover the next is router. So many people get confused with the router and bridge. So bridge, a device that divides the network into segment to reduce the traffic. Means within the network, it's just a traffic divider. Means let's say there is a one local area network, right. So now you have find out that this is very tedious to manage that much bigger local area network. So what will you do? You will just divide that local area network into two network, but these are the same local area network. So how will you connect those network? So you use bridge, right. So how it works? It reads the MAC address same as the switch. If the data is meant for a computer on the same side, the bridge keeps it there. If it's for the another side, it will let it cross to the another side. So bridge is now a deciding factor. If with the analogy, a bridge connecting a quiet village with a busy city, it stops the local village traffic from leaking into the city. Means you are just dividing a network into two parts, that's it. So this is all about the bridge. Now here comes the very popular device that we have in all our household, that is router, right. So router is an internetworker. So internetworker means now we are connecting two different networks. This is very important. When you connect two different local area network, or simply if you connect two different network, in that case you need a router. So a device that connects two different networks, your home LAN and the internet, how it works? It uses the IP address. Now it doesn't use only the MAC address, but now it uses the IP address. It reads the destination IP address and calculate the best path, the route to get there, right. So there will be a routing algorithm. This is network layer 3 device, that all will be covered in the lecture part of this computer network, but this is just the introduction of the devices. So this router, how this route is decided, there are many practicals available, and specifically I say there are 3 practical for the routing algorithm, how this router decides the route. If you do the analogy, the switch is the mail room inside your office building, the router is the majestic central post office that sends the email to another city. So this is a very simple analogy. So now there is a difference between bridge and router. Bridge connects the two part of one network. Router connects two different networks. Clear? Gateway. It is also called translator. Definition: a node that acts as an entrance to the another network that uses different protocols, right? For example, now you have connected two different networks, right? The very simple example, whenever we buy a laptop from US or another country, the plugs are very different. So we need a connector, right? So same, if we are generating a data, we want to send a data from one place or from a one network, and you want to send data to another network, they are using different set of protocols or different set of, you can say easy language, the programs, if you don't know what is protocol, right? So these are the devices that translate those data or the available other things in a suitable form so that that particular network understand. You send, so it will translate so that the other network can understand. If other network send, it will translate in a way so that this network can easily understand. Clear? It's like if we go to a different country, so there will be a translator with us, a language translator, right? So it's the same thing. With the analogy, you can easily understand that. So your internet modem or router at the home act as a gateway also, translating your local computer language Ethernet into the IP internet service provider's language, fiber, DSL or cable, because whatever you generate in your computer, it's a binary data, and whenever you want to send it in a optical fiber, that will be an optical signal. So that conversion is done by all these devices. So that's why it is also called translator. So now if we compare the three basic devices, first the hub, switch and router, this is a physical layer device. What is this OSI model? That there are two reference model, the TCP/IP model and OSI model. So that all we learn in our theory part. So today we are just briefly understanding about the devices. So we will not go into that part in very detail. So just for the sake of understanding, hub works at physical. It is intelligent? No, it's not intelligent. Its function shouts to everyone, means whatever you get at one port, you just copy it, boost the signal and you send to all other available ports. But switch is a medium access layer device, means it also uses the MAC address, and this is data link layer. And intelligent, yes, it is an intelligent device, whispers to the right person, means whatever comes to the switch will forward to a particular destination only by using this MAC address registration. Now router, it uses the IP addresses, and higher level means the network layer, because first physical layer, then data link layer, then the network layer. So this is an higher level layer, this is network layer. This is an intelligent device, yes, finds the path to the another network. Why? Because router is also intelligent device, because it also find the routes based on the protocol what you are using. Then there is a basic comparison between the bridge and router, because most of the time we get confused with these two devices. So this is the basic comparison. This is layer 2 device, the bridge, because it is within the network device, and router, this is between the network device. So it works at layer number 3, which is network layer. Function connects two lane segment and it connects the different network. Address, MAC address is used, here IP address is used. Data units are frame, here data units are called packets. Here it is intelligent low, it only cares if the destination is on the side A or side B, because this is the device just divide the network. But it also calculate the best path or shortest path, but not the always shortest path. That's why we say the best path to the destination across many networks. Then broadcast, passes the broadcast, it blocks the broadcast. Then primary goal, to reduce the traffic collision on a busy local area network, to route the data between different networks and access the internet. Then speed generally faster because there is a simple processing, and generally slower because complex processing. If there is a for example 500 routes available from point A to point B, so it will go and find the best path, right? And even if you learn in the computer network later that there are the possibility, there are parallel processing, parallel route finding. So always network keeps the next best route with it. So if one get disturbed, another will get on, and you will get seamless internet connectivity. So that's why it's a very relatively slower than this one, but it's also very fast nowadays with the technological advancement. So these were the devices that we have discussed today, and the basic comparison between the three devices, the hub, switch and router. Then there is a basic comparison between the bridge and the router. So thank you.